public memorial service was today held for renowned archaeologist Lara Croft.
'Tis a sad day, Winston.
She will live on forever in our hearts.
Surely, Winston. And for this is but a memorial service. There may yet be news from Von Croy in Egypt.
Indeed, we can only hope and pray that she may yet return to us. But I fear Von Croy digging in the hopes of discovering her alive may only be met with black reality.
Indeed, indeed.
Today.
To the study, gentlemen, where we may pontificate over the day's disheartening events.
Indeed, my friend. Even the heavens cry out.
Ah, the Philosopher's Stone. One of Lara's early conquests, and one of her most challenging pursuits, if my memory serves me.
And Rome still bears the scars of that little episode.
Ah, she was never one for diplomacy, Lara. But she certainly knew how to paint the town red.
Well, god darn, ain't she just a picture?
Ah, the charming Mr. Larson. Has Pierre let you off the leash? Talking of which, where is our learned friend?
Oh, he's around. You got the cash?
I've got the cash, but I don't deal with the monkey.
Well, now that ain't polite for a lady. Even if the monkey has the Mercury Stone.
Lucky I'm in a generous mood. Ah, crawled out from under your rock, I see.
No need for unpleasantries, Miss Croft. I'm afraid I must, once again, relieve you of your burden.
Easy come, easy go.
Till the fat lady sings. Fucking Bronco, baby! We ain't gonna make that gap, boss.
We'll make it.
Ain't gonna.
We'll make it.
What did I tell you?
Mon Dieu!
Hello everyone, I'll survive here. Welcome to Tomb Raider Chronicles, my favourite game in the Tomb Raider series, maybe not everybody's, but it is such a pleasure to be playing this. We are in the streets of Rome. Welcome. Quite a long level and quite a difficult level in many ways to get through without using a med pack, strangely, because there's an awful lot of forced damage. And in order to get all the secrets, we have to go through this optional training area. But for the purposes of this video, for all the items and all the secrets, I will show you where it's at. So welcome, let's get to it. And we need to go through this left door first and foremost.
To climb onto this crate, stand next to the crate, push forward, and then action.
Yes, we get a commentary from Lara herself as she talks us through the controls and tells us what to do. I'll try not to talk over you, Lara. Do tell me what to do.
To leap this short distance, walk to the edge, now press forward and jump together.
I'm not sure how useful these instructions would be. I was already quite familiar with the Tomb Raider controls even when I played this game for the first time.
Now let's try a longer leap. Walk to the edge, then tap back once. Now press forward and jump together.
Okay, we're doing well. We're doing very well. Okay, the correct way, or rather one way to go, is right. But if you want all the items, you're going to want to stray off Lara's path and climb up onto this scaffold here. Oh, by the way, we are backstage at the theatre that we saw in the opening FMV, I believe, or backstage of some kind of opera house anyway. There's a small med pack waiting for you on top of that scaffold, so do grab it. There are also some flares waiting for you on this rigging here, and there is also a large med pack tucked away in this alcove if you want to line up and then very, very slowly crawl out. As I believe I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing this level without using a med pack, and this whole game without using a med pack, so I won't have much use for those med packs, but that is where it is at. Okay, we're now going to rejoin the previous path.
For me to crawl, hold down crouch, and now push forward.
We'd already done it, but there we go, that's the instruction. This is where the two paths converge, and in order to get out of here, this is something Lara doesn't tell you, and this is a new feature for this game. You can come facing the outward gap, if that makes sense, and then press jump, and Lara will roll out like that. Very nifty. Beats
Use
reversing.
the switch. Stand next to the switch and press action.
There we go. You would hope a lot of Tomb Raider players would know about pulling switches by now, but hey, maybe this was a lot of people's first ever Tomb Raider game. I don't know. It wasn't mine, it was my fifth, like most people's. I bought this brand new. It came out in the Christmas of December. The Christmas of December? Like many Christmases. December in the year 2000. I would have been, how old? 12?
To swim,
13?
Jump into the water. Use action to swim forward, and the directions to steer.
Yeah, I got it as a Christmas present from my loving father. I had it on the Dreamcast along with the Last Revelation, and some of my best gaming memories are playing Tomb Raider Chronicles, along with what other games did I have? Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, it's just such a great period. The Dreamcast was an amazing console. I will defend it to anybody. Anyway, I will defend it later. I should be describing what I'm doing. Swim down this passageway because there is a stash of hidden items waiting for you. We have some ordinary shotgun shells waiting there. We've got some revolver ammo, and we also have yet another large med pack waiting for us. So if you don't mind a little detour and you're interested in getting all the items, that's where they are at. So then jump back into the water and then come back on yourself, back down this watery passage and head towards the surface. Where can we climb out?
Swim to the edge and press action.
Thank you, Lara. That's how we do it. And here is the location. Hop on out and continue on. We're now above the area we were in
Walk the
before.
tightrope. Walk up to the rope and press action. Push
Tightrope
forward.
walking. Oh.
If you unbalance, push in the opposite direction to correct.
Thanks, Lara. Yes, tightrope walking, a brand new feature for Tomb Raider Chronicles. I'm not going to do it here, but oh boy, we will be doing it later. Stay tuned. Okay, we need to go get the first secret, and there are some items we can collect en route. I'm trying to remember which shelving units have items on them. Yes, it's this one. There are some flares. Nice to have. The other shelving unit there we can search, but there's nothing there, so don't waste your time. These shelves here we can't search, but we can push them a bit like a block. So if you push them forward once, you will reveal a hidden item waiting underneath. We've got some more revolver ammo. We get the revolver quite early on in the level, so looking forward to grabbing that. Not quite as powerful as it was in the Last Revelation, I don't think. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, gosh, I need to tell you what I'm doing. Come to this other shelving unit here, and we need to push this forward twice because this is going to reveal a hidden path which is going to take us to the very first secret of the game, which is around here. So follow the passageway round into this backstage area. We've got some Uzi clips, and we've got another shelving unit for us to search through, and I believe we get the very first secret here. Yes, like in Tomb Raider 2, I think that's the only other game where the secrets are items. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, like Tomb Raider 2, the secrets in Tomb Raider Chronicles, we get golden roses. In Tomb Raider 2, we had the various coloured dragons. Here we get golden roses. I'm trying to remember how many there are. There are 25, possibly, and you unlock a slew of interesting bonuses if you get them all. So look forward to that, including a trailer for The Angel of Darkness coming soon, if you're living in the year 2000. Right, we've avoided the tightrope. You can climb up onto these crates and then onto this ledge and then continue on into this area. We've got more shelves. Rack's brain tries to remember what shelves have what on. I'm pretty sure there's something on this set of shelves. Am I right? No, I am wrong. And that's funny, actually. This is something I didn't say earlier. But I think Streets of Rome is my most played Tomb Raider level of all time. So I should have this completely memorized. And actually, replaying it in preparation for this video, I've got a small med pack there, I did realize that I did remember most of it. Most of it was just committed, ingrained into my memory. but clearly not all the items on all the shelves, so thank you for the reminder, Lara. Okay, to use the lever switch, press action and she'll flip it down and then we can escape. Phew, we're done. That is the training area. Hope you enjoyed it, and now we can go and crack on with the level. So come through this door and out into the streets of a very deserted but very beautiful Rome. Okay, get your pistols ready. We're about to face our first enemy of the level, and if you jump onto this fountain here, you can dispatch this dog without issue. Sorry dog, we had to. Alright, and then you need to come down into this alleyway and follow it round. You wouldn't think you could interact with this block, but you can reach inside it, and that raises a gate in a whole other place that we're going to go and discover now. So come back on yourself, crash into the lamp, and then return to the fountain courtyard, and then bank a left, again going back the way we came, but this time we're going to go through this little doorway here, and the gate that we just opened is down here, and we've got another block that we can reach into. So press action to do that, and that's going to trigger this whole pack of bats that are going to be sucking the lifeblood out of you. And I've not found a very effective way to avoid taking damage here other than backflipping and jumping forwards and backwards like that. That's our first set of force damage in this level, and there's plenty more where that came from, so buckle down. Before we go take more damage though, there is a small med pack waiting on top of this little building. Can we call it a building? On this ledge here. Nice if you want it, and you may well need it after being set upon by those flying vampires. Anyway, then do a jump back and continue on up this ramp and up in this direction onto this roof terrace type thing, and then across this roof terrace, and then down here. Take out your pistols because there's some glass that we can smash through, and waiting on top of here there is another pack of revolver ammo. Yours for the yoinking. And then follow this corridor thing round. There's another window we can smash through here, and I believe another item. We have a small med pack. There's a little courtyard down there that is optional. The correct way to go is through this glass, if I can break it. There we go. Third time's a charm. That's the way we will be going in a sec, but we've got a couple of enemies to take care of and an item to grab, and I'm going to see if I can kite this first dog out by standing here. And I don't think he will come up the stairs to kill us. I think he is restricted to that courtyard area. So that is a nice way of taking care of him without taking damage. And as soon as you push these doors open, be sure to take out your pistols, because we're immediately going to get some dramatic scary music and another dog charging for us. So shoot and backflip in order to avoid getting eaten. There's a switch just down there that you can go pull if you like. That will just open a gate back through to the main courtyard. There's quite a few of them in this level, and they just basically open return paths. I'm not going to really bother, but just letting you know it's there. And there is the large med pack, which we frankly went to quite a lot of effort to grab, so I don't necessarily recommend getting it unless you're being very thorough and fancy shooting a whole bunch of dogs. As I said previously, the correct way to go is this way, so hop on over. And we've got two ways we can go. The first way we want to go is through this door and round here with a not very helpful camera angle. See if you can navigate it without issue, and round onto here to grab our first key item of the level, which is, well, it is a key, but welcome to the new inventory, by the way. Well, not new if you played the last Revelation. Golden Key 1. So collect that and then hop down and then return to the passageway round here and head up in this direction. We're going to use that key in a hot sec. And in fact, this cutscene shows you where. We've got another dog that spawned, and we've got a keyhole and a gate waiting for us. Thank you, cutscene, and of course the classic Tomb Raider theme tune. Always great to hear that. So hop down onto this awning and you can grab these flares that are waiting for you if you need them. And then we need to take care of that dog, see if we can get him from here, and then use the key. He may go out of sight. If he does, you can just hop down onto this fountain and shoot him up a bit like we did with the other dog. Shoot through the water. Gosh, this dog is a bullet sponge. Am I even doing any damage? Wow, he took a long time to die. Right, we can now put Golden Key 1 into the slot, and that is going to open our way ahead for the rest of the level and indeed the game, so come on through. But we're going to take some more force damage here. As soon as we enter that next courtyard area, we're going to be shot at from above by Larson. If you remember Larson from the opening FMV and also from Tomb Raider 1, and I'm going to bravely try and sprint through to avoid his shots. And I'm going to take him out from above. Well, I'm not going to take him out, but I am going to fight back. But before then, come round into this little area and grab yet another key item. I believe this is something like the garden key, of which there are two. The garden key, there we go. We need 2 of those in order to enter a garden, you'll be surprised to hear. So crash into a wall and then come round here and head on up. Let's see how quickly we can shoot at Larson and get him to run away. We are going to take a fair amount of damage, but hopefully we'll be fine as long as we're close enough to him and that we shoot for long enough. Here we go, we're just going to absorb some bullets for now. There's not really much cover we can take. Okay, he's out of the way. And actually, before we head over that tightrope, I'm going to head back to where we were. Because, here we go, this is me being thorough. If we return to the courtyard that we were in before, there is a small medpack waiting down here. I didn't want to grab it earlier because obviously we were being shot at by Larson, and I'm all about preserving the health, especially when trying to do this level without using a medpack. So just letting you know, that's there if you want it. And now, if you come to the tightrope and press action, we get to do our first ever bit of tightrope walking in a Tomb Raider game. It can take quite a while, so oh boy, I just suggest keep your finger held on the direction buttons, and I don't know how random. She loses her balance from time to time, and actually I'm doing quite well here, he says. There we go. She loses her balance and you just need to tap a direction button to balance correct. And I don't know how random this is, whether it's just sort of programmed for her to lose her balance, because I couldn't be keeping my thumb more firmly on the forward button. I don't think I'm really doing anything to make her unbalance. Not saying it's Lara's fault, but it's Lara's fault. Anyway, we're across, and you do need to make sure you correct, otherwise you will plunge and probably lose some health. There's another switch and a gate that leads back to the fountain courtyard. That's just another return path. But the first thing you want to do is come round in this direction. We've got some more items to grab. And is there anything in here? Oh yes, there is some revolver ammo here. This gate, actually, we will be returning to at the very end of the level. We've got a secret behind there. But it doesn't open yet. Grab the revolver ammo if you want it, and I do recommend that. And come up these steps, because we're finally going to get a very exciting item. We've got the revolver itself, and we're going to be using that in a moment or so. So head over here towards these blue doors and press the action button to force them open. And if you come into this little corner here, there is a laser sight. And if you come into your inventory, you can combine this with your revolver. Super useful because we need to shoot through a gate, which is just over in this direction. And I've not done this very often. Let's see if I can remember. No, that's the crouch button. Okay, if you press the look button and if you move your scope round and then shoot at the lock, you can bust open the gate and grab the second gate key. But don't hang around, because we've got more forced damage friends in the shape of a pack of rats. And you can't kill them. All you can do is jump and crash into a wall and run. And they can't follow you indefinitely. I don't believe they come past this little doorway here. But it's good to keep out of the way of them, because if you're just standing still, they can eat into your health like nobody's business, and that ain't fun. Anyway, come round here. We're finally ready to use the 2 garden keys that we've collected. We've got a couple of receptacles waiting. Here is receptacle number 1. So fit that into the slot and then do a couple of fancy side jumps over to the next one and fit the second garden key into the slot, and I believe we get a cutscene showing the gates opening to the eponymous garden and some very ominous gargoyles that we may or may not be seeing more of in a later level. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. Right, we've opened that gate. We need to head on through, so make your way round in that direction, and I believe we get a cinematic as we step on through, so I'll stop talking.
Rodents, I wouldn't wonder. Big rodents.
What? Idiot! Idiot! What
What does the cowboy hope to achieve with this mindless firing?
Ain't mindless. Ain't we trying to kill her anymore then?
You were kicked in the head by a horse, so the brain doesn't work correctly?
How'd you know about that?
Never mind. We wait until she collects the other pieces. In this fashion, we have the full price at no extra effort.
You is one clever cookie, boss.
Comparatively, yes. Come, let's get off this roof, and I will buy you a milkshake.
Yes, Larson and Pierre, both from Tomb Raider 1, as I'm sure many of you know. I think in that cutscene, Lara put the Mercury Stone into the door. That's the one that we stole in the opening FMV. So, interesting plot development. And I quite like that about Chronicles, how we have these cutscenes littered around. Anyway, right, come up this passageway and all the way up into this new area. I wonder why the camera could be showing us that bell. Haven't got a clue. I'm being sarcastic, of course I know. And you probably do too. I'm sure many of you have played this level before. We need to go shoot it. So let's go do that now. And curiously, yes, thank you. Thank you, Lara. I take the hint. Curiously, there is yet another laser sight here that I'm going to grab, but honestly, we don't need it. And I think it's a mistake that it's here, in all honesty, because we couldn't have got to this point without having the laser sight already, if that makes sense. And speaking of laser sights, get your revolver out and aim at the bell and shoot, because that opens this door. No, not that one. It opens the door way over here. That's right, that door over there that we're going to go through in a sec, and then that will open the other door. Yes, I remember. But let's take un petit peu de detour first and foremost, because there is an item or two we can grab, and if you jump over onto this ledge and then follow this high wall all the way around in this direction and make for those pink tiles that are waiting over there, I think we need to do a running jump over. You may actually have seen these in the cutscene with Larson and Pierre. I think it's revolver ammo. Desperately trying to rack brain and remember. Yes, we've got some revolver ammo waiting there. And if you're really fussed, we also have a large med pack. Quite a long way to go out of your way for not very exciting items, but just showing you where they're at. Actually, that's not fair. Revolver ammo is pretty cool, super useful. And I am trying to remember, we've collected some Uzi clips and some shotgun ammo, but I can't honestly remember. No, we don't have the shotgun yet. I can't remember when we get it, or indeed when we get the Uzis. Gosh, do let me know in the comments below if you remember. It's been a while since I played Trajan's Markets, which is the second level of Tomb Raider Chronicles. Right, now we need to go and deal with the door that we've just opened, so that is over in this direction. You may just be able to see across the way we've got another of those funky block things. So do a running jump and hold the action button so that Lara doesn't smash her head into the ceiling. We get more force damage taken from us here by this pack of bats, and let's see if crouching makes much of a difference. I don't think it really does. I think it's a little bit of a cheap game mechanic, am I allowed to say that? A little bit cheap, that you've got these enemies that you can't really do much about. I think the first time we had baddies like that was in Tomb Raider The Last Revelation, was it, where we had those scarab beetles that could get you? Anyway, I digress. Here is the door. It's now open. So head on through. We've got these strange black crow statue things that are on pedestals, and they're going to do something a little bit interesting. If you come through into this little room here, there's a lever you can grab, and we get a mini cutscene that is going to show the black crow magically turn into a white dove, which is pretty cool. It's certainly very creative. That's what I love about this and all Tomb Raider games. The creativity of the puzzles is super cool. So even though it's not entirely clear from that cutscene what we have to do, it certainly drew our attention to it. And actually, if you press action, Lara will look at it curiously for a moment and then turn it in that direction. That opens a door just behind us. We still have one bird that is still a crow that needs dovifying, and we're going to do that in a minute. And what we need to do is head up in this direction, and we have a swinging battering ram that we definitely don't want to get bludgeoned by. So walk very gingerly to this side and hop down and press action and begin the long shimmy all the way around to avoid the battering ram. Yes, I mentioned that I got this in Christmas 2000, which was in December, in case you were wondering. And yes, I would have been about 12 years old playing Tomb Raider Chronicles for the first time. I found this the most accessible of the Tomb Raider games, I think because of the age I was at. And Chronicles arguably is one of the easier Tomb Raider games because of its size, but there are also some levels that are probably the hardest ever, I would say, like Escape with the Iris and Red Alert. Very, very difficult levels. Okay, pull up here, and there is another lever that you can grab, and this deals with that other bird that is currently a crow. And as if by magic, it's going to explode in a ball of feathers and debris and turn into a dove. So there we go, we need to go down there and deal with that. But yes, for the most part, Chronicles was easier, and I played it the most. I played it relentlessly on my Dreamcast as a child, and I loved it. And I think a big part of my affection for it are just those great memories, those great gaming memories that we all have. Anyway, come over to the dove, and Lara will examine it again, and then turn it. And this will open a door that's sort of at the foot of this building that has a key item that we're going to go and grab. And that would actually end the level right now. We would pretty much be done, but there are 2 more secrets for us to get. So it's time for some detouring. And the first one we need to grab is back over in this direction. We need to return to the room where we got eaten alive by all those bats. So do a running jump and hold the action button and head on over. If you come in here now, you will see that this area has been revealed. Some blocks have fallen away, revealing the second secret, the second golden rose. And there is also a small med pack waiting in this alcove. And then, gosh, all the way back across the alleyway again, running jump and hold action so you don't smash Lara's head. And then come down in this direction. The correct way to go is to the left. The doorway is there. That's where the final key item is. But we do have to grab another secret, as I said, and that is all the way back down here. It's some backtracking, I'm afraid, but it'll be worth it. Or actually, will it be worth it? I'm trying to remember if we do get any other items with it apart from the gold rose. Anyway, back through the garden. Oh, we do have to fight a dog, so make sure you're ready for that. I will be armed and ready with my revolver. Here we go. So back in this direction and back round to the gate that's through here that was closed before, that is now open. But as soon as we step into this room, we are going to trigger... oh boy, a bit preemptive there. We're going to trigger a dog that comes from a rather awkward angle that you should be able to shoot fairly quickly if you have your revolver ready. And we've got a couple of sets of shelves for us to search. I know the golden rose is on one of them. Is it this one? There we go. There is the third gold rose and the final one of this level. And we have another shelving unit here that I honestly can't remember what this has. So it's going to be a surprise for me too. What have we got? Yay, a large med pack. I look forward to using that never. Great stuff. Okay, and then basically back through the gate and try not to get lost like I did. Crash into that wall and dang, Lara, where am I going? How many times have I played this level? Not enough, clearly. Okay, it's definitely this way. Isn't it? No. Not that way. Lara, where am I going? Oh, it's in this direction. I remember now. This is definitely live. Right. Okay, sprint all the way back here, back through the garden and past the building and the ominous gargoyles. All we need to do now is collect the final key item of the level and then we are done. So head back towards the foot of the strange building that is back round in this direction. And here is the opening. We've got this little flight of steps here and we've got the item at the end. Let's see what we have. Oh, see if I can remember. I think it's the Saturn key, is it? Let's check out the inventory. It is the Saturn symbol. There we go. That's one of the keys we need for the gate. And as soon as we leave this area, we are going to get a cutscene. So let's just check the old stats because we don't get a stat screen in Tomb Raider Chronicles. There we go. We've got 3 out of 36 secrets and 0 health packs used. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next level. Bye for now.
Calm, Lara. We're all friends here.
Begging your pardon, ma'am, but if you'd like to put them pea shooters away.
Now, the second stone, if you please, Miss Croft.
Come get it.
It's a little too late in the evening for these games.
Larson, search her if you please.
Well, god darn if I don't get all the best jobs.
You want to try the back pockets?
Larson! Enough! Enough! My patience is exhausted with this childish nonsense. The stone, Miss Croft.
If you put this into that gate, Pierre, you're going to get a lot more than you bargained for. Trust me.
I'll put it in then.
That would be one of the stupidest moves you've made. And that's saying something I think you'll appreciate.
A nice try as always, Miss Croft.
Wait for it. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What is it? What have we done?
In your usual flamboyant style, you have set in motion the next gate phase.
Next gate phase?
If my memory serves me, the gate has realigned itself. And if it does not receive 2 stones in the next few moments... If I was you, I'd grab your Cro-Magnon cowboy over there and run as fast as your little legs can carry you. Au revoir, mon cher.